We are so pleased you're here, and we've waited for you your entire lives. We say that to you each time you visit us, but today it will make more sense. Nothing in your life has been accidental. You listening to us at this time in your life has not been accidental. What you are experiencing in your world is not accidental, and you plan to be in existence during this time so that you might help your world evolve. We've told you of this for many years, but we thought we would bring this message up on the board today because several days ago, we asked Roger to do a channeling session today, but he resisted. He did not schedule anything. He holds back, exactly as you're seeing in this particular post that we had him relate to on this date 2 years ago, but he still held back. He still resisted, but then we did something else which we want all of you to hear. We had him sit down on his sofa, and he heard a tarot card reading that was sent by us because it said exactly who he is. And we want him to include that video because we want to give honor to this person who helped us get Roger to speak on this subject because you all wanted to hear this. It looks chaotic in your world. It looks challenging. You're seeing all the different events, but they're made for you. They're made for you to come together, to own who you are, to become the light you were meant to be. That's why you're seeing division in your world, because the world was waiting for you to arrive. Each of you think that you have these small parts, but you do not. Your life is valuable, and that is why we gave you our work to cause you to understand that. But even Roger resisted. He didn't want to trust that that is what has occurred, but it did. All of this has been planned out by your universe so it could become better. You needed a change in your world, and that change sometimes takes drastic means because many of you don't pay attention. We have given you all of this information over more than 2 years, further back than that. However, many of you did not listen. Many of you did not read us. Many of you did not listen to yourselves because you have guidance. You have your higher side selves who are always guiding you where you're meant to go, what you're meant to accomplish in your life, what you're meant to achieve. And it is in every single person. Now, of course, we understand that not everyone will do that because you won't change your mind. You have limited awarenesses, and so you won't want to move outside of what is known. That is why this is occurring in your world. There needed to be dramatic events happening so that some of you would wake up. Some of you would pay attention. And what we mean is waking up to you. You have ability to affect, to change, to really move your world in the right direction for you because it would be something that you love. And you can only do that when you decide to love yourself. And we gave you the path to begin to start on that process of loving yourself, which is ascension, because that is what you're doing. You're moving to higher states of being. All of you, your entire planet is doing that. But you would not have known that because you have no vivid memory of that. And the only problem is Roger does. And he's held it back from you. And we've had him do several posts over the last several days. And we hope that you all read them because it was challenging to get him to do those. Because again, you each have your individual restrictions that you need to move through. Rogers has been not wanting to reveal who he is. And he has this wisdom and this knowledge, which was called out in the video that we will leave with you because we do want you to hear it. Every single word was there. And you will also notice as you watch the presenter that she was challenged by why she felt that energy coming, what she didn't know where it was taking her at certain points. And that was us because we wanted her to understand and make this connection. And we will send this to her as well because she needs to know what she has called. You each are doing that. You each have something you're meant to actualize within yourselves that is not only for your life, but for your world. As your world is shifting, it's going through this division and you're going to see it and it's going to be a little stressful. That's why we wanted you to become strong. We wanted you to become empowered. We wanted you to own yourself. Then you could add the kind of energy that would help move your world into the place that you all want. Because you do want to love yourself. You want to love other people. You've just forgotten who you were. And that is the information that we've given Roger over many, many years. It is not just the 2012, which was a pivot point in his life. However, it's been beyond that. As we've said, we had him show you something the other day, which he has resisted because he's not published any of our earlier writings, but we had him put out one from 1997 where we gave him healing tips. We've healed so much within him, and he's not sharing it with everyone. He understands a mind-body connection. He knew that he was supposed to come to marry that science and spirituality and human potential and development. But then you get afraid because you don't know where it's going. You don't know what it might be. But we are saying it could be great if you take your foot off the brake. That's exactly what it is. You each have had your feet on, you're trying to hold on to something that is no longer. You're going into a new world. And we understand that you can't see that. And Roger is meant to help. He is a teacher. He's a visionary. He's seen all of this. And he knows this ancient memory. And he could cause more of you to own yourselves and change the temperature in your world. We mean that in so many ways, as you can see from your weather. And that's only because you haven't loved yourself. That's all. That's the only reason. You have so much power. No one has more ability than you. And it's only about using your mind, which is why we created our program in the way we did, so that you could change your mind consistently and permanently to become the new person that you were always meant to be, because each of you had these divine plans that were supposed to be actualized at this time. And we wanted to do this session today because we knew that there was going to be more energy, and you'll experience it tomorrow. Some of you may have been feeling uncomfortable today, but the shifts that are happening in your world have stepped up a bit. And so we wanted you to be more calm. We wanted you to be more relaxed and more loving, and so that you could add something else to the world instead of the chaos, because you will see that. And just understand that when you're witnessing those things that you will see in your world, just know that they're causing you to know who you are so that you could love yourself. And you're just witnessing contrast from the others, but that's purposeful. You could not make choices about who you were and what you wanted to create in your life unless you had examples to see, and you can choose. You have free will to create exactly what you want if you take the time to develop your ability to do that. And that's why we created the program. Now, we keep talking about the financial thing because there are so many in your world now who are doing the work that Roger is doing, and they all know that it's a time for you to start to shift the wealth and income inequality that has existed for eons. It's not just in this century, but it's gone on for so long. That's why this shift is so large. We've told you this particular thing of which Roger is coming in hasn't happened in 26,000 years. So you could have no memory of that in this lifetime, in this particular awareness that you have. However, all you're supposed to know is that you are here to do something wonderful. And you just have to change your mind. You've just been doubting yourself. You've just been not believing. You thought someone else had more than you, or you thought your conditions were not conducive to you becoming successful. That's never true. All of you have the seeds, the elements to become the greatest success there is. We gave Roger something the other day, and we had him put it out and said he could be a billionaire. And that is true, because he has something that could cause each of you to change and actualize yourself. And then you would end the wars. You would end all your climate stuff, all of you, if more and more people did that, because it's all energetic. And the energy that you decide to put into the world comes from you deciding to love yourself, from you deciding to move through your barriers, your restrictions, your doubts about everything. You doubted us. You didn't believe that we gave you something that could help you. It just sounded like it didn't make sense to you. But then you look at everything that's happening in your world, and you can see, if you have listened to us or heard any of our other conversations, you know we've told you about this, because what we were doing, as we said, is to cause you to have less fear and doubt. That's all. And that's where you are now. However, it's going to ramp up a little bit, but if you put in your work, which means, and it's a selfish act we want you to take, and that is taking care of yourself, giving yourself what you want, loving yourself, deciding to stop your judgment of yourself, just to let it go. You never did anything wrong. You were learning so you could be here now to actualize who you are and give it to your world. And that will cause the change that you all wanted to see. And we love you very much.